Happy Friday Yoga, Hatha Yoga Rainbow class. I'm so excited to be here with you today. We are going to be moving our bodies with some good energy, some good flow, and some good breathing. Today, we are going to start our class standing. We're going to start at the top of our mat. We're going to get our breath on. So let's start top of the mat, feet hip distance apart. Let's roll those shoulders back and down. Open up the heart, press into the feet. I want you to feel that energy emanating from the ground up, ground into the feet, lengthen the spine, pull the back of the neck up so that you lengthen the back of the neck with a gentle tilt of the chin. I want you to take a moment here just to settle into the body, feel into your breath. I'm going to take a couple of nice big deep breaths here. I'm going to move my mat over, but you continue to breathe. I want you to take a moment just to tune into the body. Where are you today? What are you bringing with you to the mat? Maybe you've got some things you got to let go of. Let's take those backpacks and release them. And just energize through the body, bringing ourselves into a space of awareness of where you are right now. Not where you were yesterday, not where you're going to be after this class, but right now. Feel into the body, feel into all the different areas of the body from head to toe, toe to head. We're going to close our eyes and let's just deepen the breath into the belly and release out through the nose. Beautiful. Now, as we find our way into Tadasana here with the hands extended out long, I want you to energize through the fingers. I want you to imagine your fingers are growing a couple of centimeters longer as you press in through the palms, reach to the thumb, reach to the pointed finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the pinky finger. Go ahead and lift the toes and press into the ball of the feet and the heel. Shift your weight back, shift your weight forward. Spread yourself out into the floor. Ground in, create that imprint of your body. Make your mark here. Beautiful. Now I'd like you to go ahead and come back through center and let's shift our body weight from right to left, left to right. Spread the feet out even wider. Beautiful. Kind of finding yourself here, maybe even allow yourself to flow a little bit through the torso, through the hips. Just allow yourself to kind of move with a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of connection of just kind of shifting that weight side to side. Beautiful. Let's keep that rhythm in the hips. I'd like you to take the arms overhead and we're going to do blowing palms. Take the arms out to the side. I know it's been a long time since we've been to a concert, but I'm sure you've done this at a concert. So let's just pretend we're somewhere really fun. So as we do our blowing palms, just allow the arms to flow side to side. Reach tall through the spine. Let the arms just flow with this really nice, gentle rhythm. Just have some fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Don't worry about how it looks. Just feel into it. Beautiful. Let's find a couple more on either side. Beautiful. Now let's come back through center. Let those hands rest down to the side and let's dip the toes back down to the floor. Grip them into the floor. Shoulders roll back. We're going to gently twist our hands and our torso, letting our arms kind of float. Create a little rotation through the upper spine. Maybe you take the leg with you, kind of rotating side to side. Just allow yourself to kind of find a really gentle movement here. Let your arms feel heavy. Let your hands feel even heavier. Finding a little bit of gentle movement through the upper thoracic spine. Staying tall here. If you're finding yourself rounding or slouching forward, I want you to imagine you're being picked up by the earth, by the energy of the universe. And it's being pulling you through the back of your head, lifting you up that little bit taller. Fantastic. Let's come back through center, slow that rotation down right to a halt, like a pendulum, kind of just slowing things down. Beautiful. Let's make our way back to the top of our mat. If you shift in, and we're going to move into our breath of joy. Now I have to tell you, breath of joy is a very invigorating, energizing breath. So I'm going to do it slow and then I'm going to pick up the tempo. You go at your own pace. So a little bit of coordination here. We're going to breathe in, arms out to the side. Breathe out, rest the hands down. Breathe in, reach the arms tall. Exhale, down to the floor. Breathe in, all the way tall, arms. Breathe out, down. Breathe in to the side. Breathe out, down. Breathe in, reach the arms tall. Exhale, let it go. Breathe in, arms tall. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in to the side. Breathe out. Breathe in, reach tall. Exercise that breath. Let it release out. Breathe in, tall. I'm going to pick up the tempo. Breathe out. Breathe in. Let the arms flow. Breathe out. Breathe into the sky. Exhale. Press it down. Breathe in. Listen to my breath. One more time. Breathe in. Tall. Exhale. Breathe in, tall. Bring the arms overhead. Reach tall. Release the hands to the side. Right arm reaches to the side. Left arm reaches tall. Side bend to the right body. Take a couple of nice regulating breaths here just to kind of settle in from that breath of joy. You can feel a little bit dizzying. So we're going to just take a couple of nice breaths here. Take the left hand down to the side. Right arm reaches nice and tall. Exhale over to the left. Open up that side body. Let your body just feel that opening through the heart. Press into that right foot so you're not lifting through that right foot and lifting into that hip. Beautiful. Let's repeat this. And I want this to be one breath, one movement. Side bends. Breathe in and breathe out. Alternate sides. Feel that opportunity to expand the body. Nice and steady. Close your eyes even. Just feel into the body. Feel what's happening. Feel where you're feeling like you're forcing the movement versus finding length, finding that nice rhythm, that nice placement of the body that feels good and feels spacious and feels available and accessible. Maybe there's one side that needs a little bit more TLC. Maybe there's one side that needs to just hang out there for a little bit longer. So honor that. Beautiful. Let's do one more on either side. Beautiful. When you're ready, reach both arms to the sky, reaching tall. We're going to lift up through the sternum, bend into the elbows, finding our cactus. So elbows are going to pull back, shoulders roll back and down, open up like you're pulling out that superhero star from the heart space, that superhero emblem. Lift up tall. Inhale, reach tall, extend the arms. Exhale, sweep them to the side. We're going to bring them to the hips or interlace them. Shoulders roll back and down. Heart space opens one more time into chest expansion. Beautiful. Let your hands press away from the heart. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release the hands forward, interlace the fingers, press the palms away, drop the chest in towards the back of the room, drop your chin towards your heart. Beautiful. Lift the chin, release the hands down. Let's take a nice 5 breaths here. Bend into the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep it up. You know that this is your practice, so you may be following along with my rhythm or my tempo. You may be following at your own, and that is the best way to go. Go with what works for your body, not your neighbors, not the instructor, just you. Beautiful. The next time you find your arms reaching up towards the sky, let's take one more side bend, but this time grab your wrist. Take your left wrist over to the right, gently guide it over. Maybe take that shoulder into a little bit of a deeper side bend. Open up the heart here. Tuck your belly button in to keep your neutral spine. Inhale through center, grab that right wrist over towards the left. Lift up tall, press into the feet. Open up the side body. Beautiful. Inhale back through center, swan dive it down, forward fold. Find yourself in that forward fold. Now remember, let's use the blocks to raise the earth to meet our body. From here, we're going to let our head dangle. If you want to come down to the floor because that feels good for you, please do. Otherwise, let your hands rest in a yoga block. And I only want you to do here is shift your body weight from side to side. Maybe you bend into the knee, kind of let the hips flow from side to side, releasing the low back. See if you're grounding of your hands towards the block or the floor. Just are there with a light feather touch. You're not pressing all your weight into the hands. Maybe allow yourself to flow here a little bit like your flowing palms that we did earlier. Let the hips kind of move in their own direction. Have some fun with it. Let it go. Feel that release in the low back. Now, of course, if bringing your head below your heart doesn't feel good, take your elbows above your thighs and just find that rhythm here. Find that little flow. Kind of wade into the foot and then the other foot, kind of finding that nice little space here for yourself. Let it be spacious. If you're holding on to something, let it go if it's not serving you. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, we'll make our way back in towards center. Maybe legs will extend, maybe they'll bend, whatever feels good for you. Feet face forward. Bend into that left knee. Twist towards the right. Bring the feet in a little closer, maybe so that hip, knees, and ankles are aligned. Let that top arm down, bend into that right knee, twist towards the left. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and find a flow here from one to the other, breathing with one breath, one movement. Now, when you think of Vinyasa Yoga, it is a combination of that union between breath and movement. So very, very one breath, you breathe in, one breath, you breathe out, and you move with each of that sequence of breath. Keep the breath deep to the belly, breath out from the belly. Find that rhythm, that beautiful kind of pace that coordinates itself with that breathing. It creates heat, it creates connection, it creates concentration, it creates challenge. Beautiful. Let's flow one more time on either side. Beautiful. When you're ready, make your way back into your forward fold. We're going to go ahead, let ourselves hang, maybe bend in slightly into the knees. We'll inhale, come into our half arch. From here, shoulder blades back, lead with your heart forward, forward fold, release down, exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms tall, press into the feet all the way tall. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, shift your hips back, find your chair pose. Now we're going to flow to our half sun salutations. For some of us, we're going to be moving into a full sun salutation. However, for some of us who are taking care of our wrists today or our back, maybe going to a full sun salutation may not be the best option for you. So I'm going to encourage you to do this version of the sun salutation. Let's do it again. Bend into the knees, sweep the arms tall. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold, lead with the heart, pull the belly in. Come down towards the floor. Inhale, come into your half arch, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms tall, reach, 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 reach. Palms are going to glue together. Bend into the hips, bend into the knees, find your chair. Make sure your tail's tucked under so that your core is engaged, your back is long, your shoulders are pulled back. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms, full sun salutation now. You choose to come along. You choose to take what you need. Exhale, forward fold, lead into it. Beautiful. Inhale, half arch. Exhale, release down. Now, if you're doing the full sun salutation, we're going to take that right foot back. We're going to come to the low lunge. And then we're going to take the left foot back and we're going to meet in downward dog. Beautiful. Now, from here, when we're in our downward dog, we're going to press back into the heels. We're going to press the hands into the floor. I'd like you to round in through the spine, press up onto the ball of the feet, roll yourself forward. Find your plank position. Set your knees down to the floor, tuck your elbows in, come all the way down to the floor. Use your arms here. Curl your shoulders back, press the hands in, find your cobra. Exhale, release down to the floor. Using your arms, curl your toes under, move through a plank into downward dog. Take your left foot to the center of your mat. Inhale, reach the right leg. Find your three-legged dog here. Pull up through the belly, open up the heart, bend the right knee, open up your hip. Don't twist into the shoulders. Square off the hips, extend the right leg. We're going to take that right leg forward. Now you might land halfway, right here. I want you to take that hand and bring it forward. Frame that front foot, take that back foot forward, find your forward fold. Bend into the knees, sweep up tall. Hands glued together, we're going to find chair. Square off the shoulders. Beautiful. Bend into the knees, sweep the arms up. We're going to do one more sun salutation, full expression of the poses. Then we're going to move into our next set. So if you're doing half sun salutation, continue where you are. Remember, you can take a break and go into Tadasana. Good. Come down to the floor. Take your left foot forward, left foot back, sorry. Take your right foot back. Now I know this is a bit of a faster tempo, so it's going to take a little bit of time to just get used to that rhythm. That's okay. Beautiful. Now roll forward, shift your weight, round your spine, shift forward, long back. Maybe you take a full chaturanga here, or you take your knees down to the floor. Elbows tuck in, down to the floor, shoulders roll back. Pull up, find your lift of your heart, pull your belly in, glutes on. Exhale, release down. Now I want you to use your arms here, curl your toes under. Use the strength of your body to transition into a plank and then downward dog. Take your right foot to the center of your mat so you have something to balance on. Take your left leg up to three-legged dog. Bend into your knees, open up your left hip. Gentle rotation towards the right. Square off the shoulders. Square off the hips, extend the left leg. Remember, maybe you'll come halfway with that leg. Maybe you'll come all the way. Either way, use whatever support you need to come into your low lunge. Take a breath here, and then exhale, take that right foot forward, forward fold. Beautiful. Bend into the knees, sweep the arms up. Press the palms together, hips back, hands to your heart. Find your chair. Woo. Good. Extend the legs, reach the arms tall. Let's meet in Tadasana. Arms outstretched to the side of the body. Let's take a moment of pause here. Kind of reconnect in with your breathing. If your breathing got a little heavier, that's good. If you're feeling a little warmer, that's good. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to take that right foot back. And we're going to make our way into our straddle split. So we're going to shift to the long side of our mat. Feet are going to face forward. No, feet are going to turn externally, rotate out. We're going to move into our moonflowers. So elbows are going to tuck into the ribs, finding that space here. As we're going to bend into that sumo squat, make sure here you've got some good opening through the inner thighs. Knees are tracking beautifully with the two big toes. This is going to take some time. So if you find yourself knees in, I need you to really open up wide here. Tuck your tailbone under, pull your belly in, elbows in, press up, extend the body, five-pointed star. Bend into the knees, pull the elbows in. Reach tall, spread the palms wide, spread the arms wide. Now here you've got such a beautiful opportunity here. We're going to open up through the knees and we're going to really work those inner thigh muscles. Squeeze up through the quadricep. Feel the strength in your body here. Feel that opening of that five-pointed star. Spread the hands like we did when we first started. Extend those fingers a couple of centimeters or a half an inch. Press into the feet. Feel the muscles working with the legs, the glutes, the upper body, the shoulders. Feel the heat building. Beautiful. Just fabulous. Keep going. Good. Work those inner thigh muscles. Keep flowing. Keep flowing with your rhythm. Elbows in, reach tall. Beautiful. You've got it. Keep the chest open. Elbows are slightly pulled back. So you've got that opening through the chest. Beautiful. Let's do two more. Legs are getting nice and warm here. Feeling that work, just so beautiful. Good, let's meet when you're ready. 5-pointed star. Spread the hands wide, open up the heart, bend into the elbows, find cactus. Chest expands, chest lifts, belly pulls in. Don't arch through the back here to facilitate this. I want you to facilitate the lift through the chest. Inhale, find your 5-pointed star. Sunflowers, bend into the knees, reach down to the floor. Exhale, spread them out. Find that crisscross down. Long back, energize through the feet. One breath, one movement. Let's do it. Breathe in and breathe out. So there's one thing that I know for certain is that when you start to work with the body, you start to learn so much about yourself, right? I know that in the last 2 years that I've been working with you guys and I've been doing all this online, and I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned that I can do hard things. I hope you've learned you can do hard things too. Learned that my body's really strong. Might not look like a Shape magazine body, but it is strong. It can do things that I never thought it could do before. I also learned that sometimes it's hard to do certain things, but that I can push through it. Yoga is that opportunity to connect to places within ourselves that we might not otherwise have been able to connect to. So when we take our practice into different spaces and we experiment, we learn, we grow. We're not stagnant. We're not locking ourselves into boxes. We are free to let the opportunity to grow and take our journey into places that we never maybe thought was possible. So think of that as that learning phase. Continue to take your practice to places that help you grow and expand. Last one, let's meet 5-pointed star. Rest into the fingertips, bend into the elbows, find your cactus. Open your heart, draw your shoulder blades back and down. Take a moment to breathe in. Beautiful, take the arms up to the sky. Now rest the hands down to the hips, turn the toes in. Let's find straddle splits here. You can use a block here. Set it to the middle if you'd like to. You don't have to. If you're comfortable doing straddle splits without, please do. Let's go ahead. We're going to lean halfway down. Now I want you to find that beautiful space so you start to get that activation through the back of the legs. Hips are going to shift slightly forward. So I don't want you leaning all the way into your heels. Try to find that space that you're balancing into the ball of the foot and the heel. Back is long. You're energized through the back of the body. Shoulders are pulled back. Beautiful. Now maybe you take this and you come down a little bit further. And you may need to, just for today, open up the feet a little wider to get a little bit more space. Maybe you just experiment coming down a little bit. Maybe you even find the top of your head resting on the block. Take a moment here. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Now, maybe if bringing your head below your heart does not feel good, you're coming halfway and you're resting in this half forward fold and just feeling into the back of the body. Let the back of the legs extend. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and take our back nice and long, and let's take our right hand to the center like you are setting it right above your chest. We're going to inhale towards the left, twisting. You're going to get that beautiful opening through the right hip, and then needle and thread it towards the right leg, twisting, finding that opening, maybe taking that right arm a little bit out forward of your body, twisting towards the right side. Feel the back of the legs, breathe into it, and try to let it go. Beautiful. Take the left hand, release it long, press it towards the center of the mat, twist towards the right. Take that right hand, needle and thread underneath towards the left. You may be reaching for your ankle, you may be reaching for your shin, just finding that twist. Fantastic. Come back through center. Let's walk our hands wide. And I want you to find that beautiful space here, maybe fingertips towards the floor, coming into a little bit of a deeper forward fold. Maybe even grab your shins or your ankles, let your forward body find that forward space. Releasing the back, releasing the head, releasing the neck, the shoulders. A lot of work happening in the hamstrings here. Excellent work. Go ahead, bring your fingertips to the center. I want you to use your core and press yourself up. We're going to walk our hands towards the left side of our mat, towards the left foot, framing that front foot here. Let's go ahead, drop down to that right knee. Top of the foot rests on the floor. You can absolutely take a block on either side, and we're going to come up into a kneeling position. Opening up the hip here. Releasing forward. Beautiful. Now, if you'd like to, if you're using blocks and this is what feels good for you, stay here. Otherwise, release the arms tall. Lengthen through the shoulders, through the fingertips. All right, ladies, we're going for it. I want you to curl that right toe under. I want you to press that left foot into the floor. If you need to use your yoga blocks, please do. We're lifting that back knee. Reach tall. Open up that hip. Find that crescent pose. You've been here a million times before, just a different way to get to the same place. Take that back foot, shift it to warrior two, adjust that back foot and that front leg, arms outstretched. We're going to flow here. Press into the front foot, extend the arms long. Exhale, bend into the front knee, reach the arms wide. Lift and press. Work through that quadriceps, feel that strength in the body. Remember, we can always take a break. If you want to just find yourself in warrior two, just kind of giving yourself that space to just connect into the pose. That is always an option. There are always options. I love that about what we do. Beautiful. Let's do two more. Beautiful. Let's meet warrior two. Relaxing through the shoulders, shift our weight forward, palm opens, reverse warrior. Release that back shoulder. I want that core pulled up. That front knee is not tracking inwards, it's tracking with the big toes. Fantastic. Swim that top arm forward, warrior two. Now we're going to pivot that back foot and we're going to come back to crescent. Now, we're going to take this into pyramid. So we're going to need to shift that back foot a little bit more forward and extend the front leg. So here, your blocks might be a really great tool to come into your pyramid. So you rest your hands on either side of the foot on the blocks. If you're taking care of your back, going down to forward fold doesn't feel good. All right, shift your hips back, lean in like you're taking a present, placing it on a table. Come down to a forward fold here, either resting the hands on the blocks with the long back or coming down towards the floor. Bring that back foot slightly forward. Don't lock into that front leg. Beautiful. Take a moment here in pyramid. Find that space that works for you. Feel that length in the front of the leg. Hips are long and back. Back is long. Heart leads forward. Fantastic. Go ahead, bend into that front knee. Take that right foot forward, forward fold. Bend into the knees, sweep the arms, breathe in, extend the body long. Beautiful. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Beautiful. Find your half arch, lead with the heart, lead with the hands to the shins. Exhale, let it go. Take the left foot back. On the ball of the foot, we're going to drop that left knee down to the floor. Find your kneeling lunge. Maybe take your blocks with you. Give your hip a nice little open here. Lean forward, melt like butter, either resting the hands on the yoga blocks or resting your hands at the leg. Just hang out here for a second. All right, if you're ready, bring the arms up, curl the left toes under. All the strength that we've got, press into the feet, curl into the toes, lift up, find your crescent pose. You know you can adjust, just take a moment to get there. You've got this. Shift that back foot forward to the side, warrior two. Adjust the shoulders, drop it down, excuse my back. I'm gonna turn over to the other side. Arms are outstretched, you're energized, knee is wide, gaze is forward. Let's flow, breathe in, extend the front leg. Breathe out, let it go. So for those of us that practiced on Tuesday, Pam and Susan, I told you that there's a very famous saying by Rumi that says to get through pain, you got to work through pain. Now, he's obviously perhaps referring more to emotional pain, but the truth is the same for physical work. Now, we never want to work through pain, but we can work through discomfort. We are stronger than that discomfort. So when it starts to feel like you're getting tired, it still feels possible, but you want to give up, you want to slow it down, you want to stop, breathe into that space, work through that. That's where growth happens. And it's at the end of it when you look back and you're like, I did it. We did it, right? Let's come back, warrior two. Relax the shoulders, shift forward, palm opens, find that reverse warrior, reach that top arm, open up the rib cage here, press into that front leg. And if there's one thing I know for certain is that you guys are strong. Beautiful. Let's work our way back in towards our warrior two. Now we're going to pivot that back foot. We're going to come into our crescent pose. Now release the arms, extend the front leg. You may need to take that back foot forward a little shifting here to get us into our pyramid. Take the back foot, try to keep the heel down if you can, so narrow that space. Arms outstretched. We're going to kick the hips back, lean forward, long back, rest down, and here again, you can set your hands on either side on the block. Now, of course, if you're taking care of your back, you don't want to round the back, lengthen the back. You want something a little bit softer, release into it, forward. Fantastic. Bend into that front knee, take that back foot forward, forward fold. Beautiful. Let's let our head just angle for a second. We're going to bend into the knees, sweep the arms up tall, reach the hands all the way tall. Let's meet Samastitihi, hands at our heart center, shoulders roll back. Let's take a moment here to soften our breath. Notice any rumination in the mind, any movements of the mind that keep coming back to you. Are you connecting into your breath? Can you let your breath be the focal point of your practice? Fantastic. Let's go ahead and release the hands to the side and let's make our way to the middle of our mat. We're going to go into our tree pose. So with our tree, you know the deal. Find your tree that works best for you, ankle, shin, or above the knee. Balance into whichever side you want to start with. Find a wall if you want some support. Take a back of a chair if you want that support as well. Okay. Open that hip, and then we're going to make our way into our tree pose. So I've got some very slippy tights today, so I'm going to just do a half tree or a midway tree. Now I want you to focus on one thing today. I want you to challenge yourself in different ways with this pose. You've been in this pose many, many times before, but have you challenged yourself with different movements of the hands, placement of the hands? Have you tried to close your eyes for a brief second and see how that impacts your practice here in this position? Beautiful. Now I'd like you to release your hands to the side, and we're going to pull that left ankle above the right knee. If you can transition from one to the other, if you need a little break, let that left leg kind of come down to the floor and reset yourself here. Now we're going to come into our seated position here with our figure four. You can take your left foot up a little higher if that feels comfortable. You can find a figure four. Maybe this is just the right amount just being here. We're going to bend into that bottom knee, shift our hips back, long through the spine. Bring your hands to your heart. If you want to, bring your hands even to your ankle. And then go ahead and release it. Let it go. Nice job. And just like wind, let it go. Just let it go. Don't hold on to it, okay? We just want to let that body, don't breathe into it too seriously. It's just a balancing pose. That's why we do them, okay? Spine tree on the other side. For a long time, I would get really frustrated. I'd be like, why can't I do this? And the minute I just let it go and had fun with it, it was this beautiful marriage, this beautiful connection. Didn't take it too seriously. Find a placement of your hands that's different. Maybe different to what you just did. Maybe you experiment by closing your eyes for a brief second. Make sure to avoid the knee joint whenever you're in your tree pose. Beautiful. Now, when you're ready, we've transitioned right from here into our seated pose. Cross the right over the left. Bend into that left knee. Again, you can use a wall here. And then let's go ahead, press our body long and let it go. Beautiful, ladies. Wow, fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring ourselves down to the floor. Let's make sure we have everything we need as we're going to slowly unwind and bring ourselves down to the floor. So if you need your bolster, your blanket, whatever you need for your Shavasana, because we're not going to be coming back up again after this, let's make sure we've got them easily accessible. So beginning in staff pose, we're going to begin with our legs extended long. As always, if you find it quite heavy on the back to be seated directly on the ground, raise your sits bones by sitting on a yoga block or sitting simply even on a slightly raised cushion, or it doesn't have to be a big, thick cushion. So that will let your back find a little opportunity to lengthen through the spine a little bit. Legs are going to glue together, feet are going to flex forward, toes towards your body, heels towards the base of your mat. Inhale, take your hands, reach tall like you're taking a top hat off your head. Hold here, lean forward. Let your hands rest towards the toes, the ankles, the shins. Now, if you're looking for something a bit more active, lengthen the spine. If you're looking for something a little bit softer, release through the back. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, walk ourselves all the way to the top. Let's go ahead, soles together. Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So soles together, knees wide, hands to the ankles, tall to the spine. Beautiful. Now from here, we can stay right here. If we're honoring our body and this is where it works best for us, stay here. If you'd like to take it into a gentle forward fold, extend the hands a little bit forward to the toes. Great. Walk your hands towards center. Reset your body. Take your right leg long. Keep your left foot in. Finding Janushirshasana. So we're going to come into a little lateral side bend here. Left sole of the foot comes in towards the inner thigh. The left knee is bent. If you need to bend that foot a little bit more forward, please do. So we're going to take the right hand and we're going to gently twist towards the left bent knee and take the right hand. Pinky is going to rest right at that shin muscle or that shin bone. And then we're going to just gently lean in towards the toe. If you want to hook your fingers onto your big toe, go for it. If that doesn't quite make it, bring it to your hand to your shin or to your ankle. Now, you may just stay right here. I quite like this. This feels quite good for me. What I do want you to notice, though, is if your left hip wants to lift, can you keep that left hip down? If you'd like to reach that arm overhead and get into a little side bend here, a little deeper, take that top arm up and over. Fabulous. Let's now take that top arm. We're going to use your core muscles. Left arm is going to come back and right arm is going to rest at the knee and we're going to twist. Sits bones stay glued to the floor. Nothing changes. Don't force this rotation. Find enough rotation that it feels good, like you're wringing out a towel gently. You're not squeezing the life out of it. Good. Come back through center. Now, from here, reach tall with your hands. Reach tall. We're going to come into a forward fold. So a half butterfly forward fold. Gives us just a little opportunity to go in a little bit more into the left hip. Notice if your right hip is lifting, try to glue that down. Beautiful. Walk your hands back through center. Good. Let's slide the left leg out, right foot in. Coming into Janushirshasana on the other side. So twist towards the right knee. Left hand stretches out to the side. We're going to lean in. Find that toe, find that ankle. Open up the chest here. Do me a favor. If you're not sure whether this feels, if you're feeling into it enough, let your body hang forward and then let your chest open and twist. You'll notice a huge difference in sensation in the body here. Beautiful. Take that top arm again, optional if you'd like to. This could be a lot for the shoulders and side bodies. Don't feel pressured. Excellent. Take that top arm, reach it back. Left hand rests towards the right knee. Lift the heart and twist. Good. Unwind your body. Come back through center. Let's extend both legs and give a little wiggle and a shake of the legs just to kind of, oh, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's come back. We're going to do our forward fold in this space. All right. Reach tall. Sorry. Exhale. Let it go. Just giving that right hip a little opening. Now we can come back through center. And let's go ahead and give our legs a wiggle and a shake. Here we go. Oh, that feels nice to kind of move into that knee. Beautiful. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and make our way onto our sits bones. Now, heels are going to dig in. Toes are going to come towards center. Knees are going to bend. Spine is going to be long. We're going into our boat pose. So this is very core, very strengthening of the low abdominal area. Toes are going to be relaxed, but feet are grounded. Spine is long. Hands can rest, feather touch behind the thighs. And I want you to lean back. I want you to pull up through that low core area, zip up into that space. Feel free to extend your arms out like you want to give someone a hug here. Bring your hands to your heart. Hold here. Twist gently towards the right, towards center. Twist towards the left, towards center. Reach your arms one last time. Now roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your knees in towards your heart. Maybe rock yourself a little bit just to get a little bit of space into that low back. And feel free to just kind of rock your body side to side or stir the pot. Take a moment here just for the next maybe 5 to 10 breaths. I want you to do whatever is calling to you. Maybe it's just giving yourself a knee to hug, a knee to chest. Maybe it's extending the legs. Maybe it's moving the knees in opposite directions. Just take a moment here to listen to yourself versus me. I'm just a guide. I'm just a conduit. I am not in your body. You know your body better than anyone else. Beautiful. Now, when you're ready, let's go ahead and set our feet down to the floor. Take your right knee in towards your chest. Extend your left leg if that feels good, or keep your knee bent. We're taking care of our back. Good. Set that right foot down. Bend into that left knee. Extend that right leg long if you'd like to. Beautiful. Come back through center. Good. Set both feet down. Now, if you'd like to, and you have your yoga block, which I hope is near you, or your bolster, let's come into candlestick. So press your feet into the floor, lift your sacrum enough so that you can set your sacrum down onto a block or your bolster. And we're going to go ahead and take one knee in and then the other, and then extend the legs. So again, when you're here, it might be really tempting to lift the legs a little bit back, releasing the sacrum from the block. But I want you to first glue into the sacrum and then extend the legs. Flex into the heels to give the back of the legs a little love. And then point into the toes to let them go. And then just hang out here for about 5 to 7 breaths. Just breathing, releasing. Good, at your own pace, bend your knees, set your feet down to the floor. Good. Press your feet into the floor to lift your sacrum enough so that you can remove the block. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and widen our feet wide, knees gonna knock together, kind of knock into a windshield wiper here. So just allow your hips to kind of flow side to side, releasing any kind of crunchy bits in the low back. Just let the knees kind of flow. Beautiful. Let's come back through center. Good. And let's toe heel the feet so that the inner thighs are going to squeeze towards center. We're going to open up our arms wide. We're going to press into our heels, lift our sacrum 2 to 3 inches off the floor, and then shift it over to the left. Inner thighs draw together, twist towards the right, finding our supine twister. You're taking care of our neck. Maybe you're keeping your gaze to the sky. If you'd like to twist towards the opposite direction, please do. Stay here for a few breaths. I'm going to change the music real quickly. Okay. When you're ready, bring your knees back in towards center. Reset your sacrum back to the center of your mat. And then go ahead and shift your sacrum over to the right side, other side, and then twist towards the left. Chest is open. Great. Slowly make your way back in towards center. Reset yourself here. Now we're going to get ready to go into our Shavasana. So I'm going to be here for approximately 5 minutes. So it's going to be nice and long. So I want you to make sure you're as comfortable as possible, taking whatever means you need to be as comfortable. So blanket, bolster. And we're going to make it really cozy for ourselves so that we can really allow ourselves to be rather than do. So I don't want you to feel like any sort of discomfort in your Shavasana so that you can really just focus on the beautiful gift of rest, allowing your body to fully melt into the space beneath you without any need to have to work. So letting the body melt down towards the floor, finding maybe an opening of the palms to give and receive energy. Maybe you even want to harvest the energy you have within you. So maybe you want to have one hand on your heart, one hand on your tummy, kind of closing that loop and keeping what you have within. And as you close your eyes, allow your face to fully release. Notice if you instinctually tighten through the forehead, through the eyes, through the jaw, through the cheeks. Just begin to allow every little area of the body, of the face, completely let itself go. Reminding yourself that right now you're safe and you just have to breathe. Start to deepen the breath. Start to invite some gentle movement in through the fingers and the toes. And I also invite you to just take a couple of rotations through the wrists and through the ankles. And then maybe when you're ready, if you do have a bolster or a pillow that's resting beneath the knees, why not take it with you as we roll to our side and let your knees kind of cup the bolster and maybe let your head rest down on the floor, on the underneath your arm, and just take a moment here to find your side lying position if you'd like. Whenever you're ready. And if you're not ready, that's okay. Stay where you are. We got the cameras. Don't worry about that. And slowly make our way up to Sukhasana. So I don't know if you've heard me, but we'll slowly make our way up. My thing disconnected. Okay. Let's go ahead and find ourselves seated, and let's meet with our hands at heart center. Fix our sleeping hair. It's with great pleasure and honor that I meet with my hands at heart center in honor of the connection that we all have near and far. We are all one. So let us bow down to that light that shines within us all, that brings this beauty to this community, to each other every Friday. May your heart always stay warm. May your smile always stay broad. And may the light that shines in me honor and see the light that shines in you. Namaste. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. There are the hearts. They give me a lot of pleasure. It's like that gold star that you get at the end of an assignment that you've done. You're like, yay. Thank you so much. As always, I wish you the most glorious of days. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.